We don't have any cards anymore.
I had some cards.
Really? All right. So I ran out of cards.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
All right.
Yeah, you don't have to script it. Just say it.
No, it's all like it's in my head.
Fluid. Okay, very good.
My name's Edward Doyon. Today I partook in a concealed carry class.
Using big words, man. Come on.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. This video is not about what I learned during the class. One of the other students brought up the fact that, well, concealed carry has a better tactical advantage than an open carry. And right away I rebutted with, but we've done 2,000 plus open carry events where we open carry and nobody's been raped, murdered, kidnapped. The most we've ever had happen to us is the rare, like, middle finger. But
don't even go into that, man. It's not even worth it.
But anyway,
it's probably the same kid that you were talking to in class.
We talked about that same gentleman. He's like, well, when someone comes in to rob the place, you're the first person they shoot. And it's like, potentially, if I'm the only one open carrying, but if open carry becomes legal, open carry and concealed carry together are commonplace, crime's probably going to go down.
Yeah, they might have to take out like maybe 4 or 5 people instead of just one.
Right.
I'm going to rob this restaurant. I'm going to take out 4 or 5 people.
And my rebuttal to that was, well, criminals don't respect the law. They don't respect a police officer's badge, and they certainly don't respect a police officer. So what stops them from assaulting, kidnapping, stealing from a police officer?
A gun.
Again, it's not his badge, it's his gun. It's his openly carried gun. And all of the stuff that we talked about in the class was how you could react to and what situations you should react to happening around you that's illegal and threatening after they've happened. So when we got talking about open carry, I let them know that a lot of that wouldn't happen if you happen to have.
And how did the instructor feel about you even talking about this?
My instructor,
was he a police officer guy?
Seemed like a very nice guy.
Yeah.
He taught SWAT officers and taught police officers and taught Department of Homeland Security officers.
Yeah, because they teach them next door.
A very big.
They do.
A police background. Many years in the police force. He knows judges, he knows sheriffs, he knows everybody. But he is opposed to open carry because he believes it does not have a tactical advantage. He believes that if he was a bad person, that he would shoot.
Because he wants to shoot somebody, basically. It's like, it's not a tactical advantage because I want to shoot somebody.
Before you could get your shotgun off your shoulder, I would just shoot you dead. Well then, you've started your crime with a murder, where most criminals want to gain money, not rack up a murder count. Most criminals. It's not about the killing, it's about what they can benefit from the killing.
Yeah, and you must have been a real popular student in that class.
Well, people had a lot of questions for me, and I always had the answer. I know enough about statistics to put them in like the ballpark of, well, this is the reality of what happens versus, it's always better to be armed. It's always better to be armed with what you're comfortable with. And my personal opinion is you should carry that arm how you choose, not have the government issue you a permission slip to break a law, which I got from you.
Thank you.
Totally stole
Appreciate that. Amen, brother.
Totally shocked me that you came out with that.
Yeah, getting a permission slip to break a law is a perfect metaphor for what really goes on.
Okay for you guys?
I went to a convention. I went to a little event, and I talked to somebody named Jose. I don't even remember his last name, but Jose was like, well, I got my concealed carry, and he was all smug, like, I'm satisfied with what I got. I was like, so basically, sir, what you got was you had to beg the state for permission to break the law. At that point, he got really mad. He got incensed mad. He's like, and he started cursing out, and I was like, wow, you're somebody who's supposed to be honorable, and here you are offended by the fact that you had to grapple before the state to ask for your right, which is guaranteed to you by the Constitution of the United States.
Not just ask, you have to pay the extortion fee.
That's right. So yeah, my statement about open carry is that open carry is a good way to exercise your Second Amendment right because it's your right.
It's your right.
Whereas a license,
deters crime.
the license is only permission to break the law. You can't drive a car without getting a license.
I mentioned that too.
If you drive a car without getting a license, you are breaking the law. So in order to circumvent breaking the law, you have to ask or beg for a license.
And then pay as well.
And it's the same thing in anything else in society. You can't practice law without a license. You can't do air conditioning work without a license. You can't do many things without a license. So in essence, you have to ask for permission to break the law.
Can't build a home.
You can't build a home without a license. And anyway, let me get back to your class.
That was pretty much it.
That was the gist of it, and then
that was the gist of our open carry talk.
And then the class continued.
Yeah, that was during a break.
Yeah.
So the instructor came back during the kind of halfway through that spiel, and then said his piece. And many of the students actually agreed that they personally would not, even if they were upset, even if they were seriously angry at a person, they'd be way less likely to assault someone if that someone was openly armed.
Exactly.
Because criminals will attack people.
They will attack weakness.
They don't target hard targets. They target soft targets. They want a target that's going to go down easy, and they're going to make some easy money, and then they're going to leave.
Yep. And it takes longer to pull out a concealed than it does in
I mentioned that too, because the instructor said, well, if the person that has the knife is within 21 feet of me, getting my concealed carry out and shooting him, is authorized after he comes within 21 feet, because that's how long it takes for me, almost 2 seconds for me to unconceal it, take it out, get it on target, and pull the trigger. But what if that threat's 5 feet from you, 1 foot from you?
That's right.
Like, you're getting stabbed, you're getting cut.
You're dead.
That's not good. But limiting you on how quickly you can defend yourself is a bad thing.
I know. Well, thank you, Rob, for sharing that with us. I'm glad you're on your way to getting your concealed.
Yes. I do want to be armed.
You're begging the state, as I have begged the state also, for permission to carry, and therefore I believe my rights have been infringed.
I want to be armed, so I'm going about it legally, but I'm also fighting the laws so that the next person might not have to go through that.
Yep. Thank you.